1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good afternoon, class. Welcome to grade 10 biology class. The new topic posted for discussion for today is heredity. But before that, let us revise Unit 1, biotechnology. As you know, biotechnology is the use of microorganisms plus existing technology to solve practical problems related with production of items used by humans. And biotechnology can be, application of biotechnology can be traditional, it can be modern. Traditional application of biotechnology involves production of alcohols and food processing. Production of alcohols include production of local alcohols such as tala, wine, and high alcohols. Other high alcohols, just so-called arc. Okay, these are alcohols produced using biotechnology traditional. As we have discussed, the raw material used, the microorganism used to produce each traditional items are quite different. It depends on what? Locality, areas, okay? And can you hear me? Hello? And traditional application of biotechnology involve food processing, production of cheese, production of yogurt. And the energy source for both cases is lactose, which is disaccharide in milk. Microorganism is bacteria, unlike alcohol production, which is yeast. Bacteria play a very important role in processing food items such as cheese and yogurt. And in both cases, the end products are the same, lactic acid. In fact, they differ in what? The amount of lactic acid produced. And the modern application or new application of biotechnology involve many advances in agriculture, in medicine, food industries, energy production, and environmental protection. Okay. These were the main point posted for discussion for the last 4 lessons. The new units will be introduced today. The new unit is heredity. Unit 2 of grade 10 biology will be heredity. What do you know about heredity? What's heredity for you? Heredity. What do you mean by heredity? Okay. Do you remember branches of biology? Branches of biology from the lower grade. Branches of biology. Let me help you. Botany. Botany is concerned with what? The study of? The study of plants. Zoology. What's zoology for you? Branch of biology. What does it study? Zoology. The study of animals. Animals. What is? Any branch do you remember? Any branch. Any branch you remember?
Taxonomy.
Taxonomy. The concern of taxonomy is what? The concern of taxonomy is what?
Classification of and identification of.
For what? Classification, identification, the classification of organisms. What is? Branch of biology. Branch of biology. Branch of biology. What about cytology? Cytology. Cytology. The study of cells. What about physiology? Plant physiology, animal physiology. Physiology, morphology. All these are what? All these are branches of biology. Just like other branches of biology, heredity is a branch of biology which studies about what? Mechanism of inheritance. Mechanism of inheritance. Meaning heredity is a science of what? Inheritance. It's a branch of biology, just like botany, zoology, taxonomy, cytology, morphology, physiology. Is a branch of biology which studies mechanism of inheritance. Mechanism of inheritance. Under this unit, you will see the basic concepts related with genetic materials, chromosomes, DNA, RNA, gene, and second topic, Mendelian inheritance, cell divisions, mitosis, meiosis. All this will be discussed under this unit. All this will be discussed. At least you'll gain the basic concept of what? Genetic materials and how inheritance of these genetic materials takes place in each species. Okay? So heredity is a science of inheritance. It's a science of inheritance. Like as a branch of biology, it studies a specific area. Now, mechanism of inheritance. It studies mechanisms of inheritance. Now, let me introduce you some basic concepts related with these subunits. Okay, chromosomes. The first concept for discussion is chromosome. What's chromosome? What do you know? Do you know about chromosomes from the lower grade? From lower grade. What's chromosome? At least you have some kind of background information. What's DNA? RNA? Gene? What do you know about these words, biological terms or words? These are very important. These are technical words that are used to describe each concept related with heredity in this unit. Let us see chromosomes. Chromosomes, okay? Chromosomes. What's chromosomes for you? Chromosomes are thread-like structures that are found in the nucleus of the cell. They are thread-like structures and they are found in the nucleus of cell, in both plant and animal cell, not bacterial cell, okay? Chromosomes are thread-like structures which are found in the nucleus of cell, okay? In eukaryotic organisms that have two cells, chromosomes consist of all the genetic informations responsible or determine each and every characteristics. But in prokaryotic organisms, such as bacteria, they don't have chromosome actually. Bacteria, which have actually prokaryotic cell, not true cell. The genetic materials are found in the DNA. They have circular DNA. They don't have actually chromosomes, but DNA. We have two kinds of cells. As I've said, we have two kinds of cells: eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. Is there any difference between eukaryotic and a prokaryotic cell? Eukaryotic and a prokaryotic cell. What do you know about eukaryotic cell? Eukaryotic cell have genetic material enclosed in what? Nuclear membrane. We have two compartments, the cytoplasm and the nucleoplasm. Why? The nucleoplasm is enclosed, surrounded by what? By nuclear membrane. And eukaryotic cell cell, yeah. Sorry for the interruption. Sorry for the interruption. Good. All right. Chromosomes are thread-like structure in the nucleus of the cell. They contain genetic informations. Which determine each and every characteristics that is inherited from parents. Okay? These characteristics are the visible and invisible. Okay? Each species of organism contains a fixed number of chromosomes. Every organism has its own number of chromosomes. Example, tomato have 24 chromosomes. Humans have 46 chromosomes. Elephant have 56 chromosomes. Okay. Each species contains fixed number of chromosomes. They contain fixed number of chromosomes. Okay. Now, chromosomes appear in pair called homologous chromosomes. They appear in pair called homologous chromosomes, especially during cell division. And particular example also for discussion is human chromosome. Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes, which are homologous. Each pair contain chromosome from the father, the male, and chromosomes from mother. Each pair of homologous chromosomes. 23 pairs. Remember, in humans, we have 23 pairs. Each pair has chromosomes that comes from father and chromosomes that come from the mother. Okay. Elephant have 28 pairs, which are homologous. Now, homologous chromosomes have what? They are inherited from each parent. They are the same in size and shape. They contain the same genetic materials. Okay. Why? Except sex chromosomes. They contain the same or similar genetic information, except sex chromosomes. Now, the other concept posed for discussion is karyotype. Karyotype is a photograph of chromosomes in dividing human cells. In dividing human cells, not only human cell actually, dividing cells, chromosomes in dividing cells are clearly visible under light microscope, even under light microscope. Ordinary light microscopes that we have in school laboratory. Okay, they are visible. And in case of human, in dividing human cell, when we take the photograph of this visible homologous pairs, we said it is karyotype. Then the human karyotype shows what? 23 pairs. Very important. Very important. The human karyotype shows 23 pairs. Each of the 23 pairs contain chromosome that comes from father and chromosome that comes from what? The mother. Of these 23 pairs, 22 of the pairs are called autosomes. Very important. Keep it in your mind. Very important. In human, we have 23 pairs. 22 of the pairs are called autosomes. And autosomes are chromosomes other than sex chromosomes. The 22 pair of chromosomes, which are known as autosomes, have the same size and shape. 22 pairs. Each and every pair contains the one that comes from the father and the one that comes from what? The mother. And these have the same size and shape. They are equal in size. They have the same shape. What's more is that in case of autism, each pair contains or determines the same characteristics. Okay? But this is not true in case of sex chromosomes. Okay? We're talking about autosomes, autosomal chromosomes. Okay? Autosomal chromosomes. Autosomes, as I said, autosomes are chromosomes that other than sex chromosomes. Autosomes have the same size and shape. They carry the same genetic information. The same genetic information. Now, the question is, what about the 23rd, the remaining pair, a single pair, which is inherited from the mother and the father? The 23rd pair contain chromosome from the father and the chromosome from the mother. This will make clear everything. Why? We have XY chromosomes in the 23rd pair. They are not autosomal chromosomes. Why? Because they don't care about, they don't carry the same genetic information. They don't determine the same genetic characteristics. X determines specific characteristics, Y chromosome determines specific characteristics. Okay? Unlike autosomal chromosome, the sex chromosome, the member of sex chromosome known as X and Y chromosome determine what? Unique feature. The X chromosome determines or carry information about being females, blood clotting mechanisms, the formation of teeth, the formation of body hairs, the formation of sweat glands. All these characteristics, the way your body clot bloods, the way your body clot blood, the way your teeth arrangement is determined, the nature of your teeth is determined, the formation of your body hair and the sweat gland is determined by informations or genetic materials which are found in X chromosome. What about Y chromosome? What about Y chromosome? Y chromosome. Unlike X chromosome, Y chromosome mainly carry information about maleness. And it's all about. Unlike X chromosome, which determine femaleness, way of blood clotting, formation of teeth, and the formation of body hair in the sweat gland. Y chromosome determine maleness. It contains or carry information about maleness. Do you have any question about X and Y chromosome and autosomal chromosome, or in general, autosomal chromosome and sex chromosome? Is it clear? Janet?
Yes.
Janet? Is it clear? Roxanne? Do you have any
Yes.
question?
Yes.
Clear, huh?
Yes.
What about karyotype?
Yes.
Karyotype.
Yes.
Karyotype is nothing but a photograph of what? Chromosome in dividing cell. We have dividing cell. When we take the photograph of that cell, and it's simply called karyotype. Okay, it's a photograph of genetic material in dividing cell. Okay, then the human karyotype shows 23 pairs. Elephant karyotype shows what? 28. What about Thomas? What about Thomas? What about Thomas?
12.
Karyotype of tomato shows what? 24? No. 12 pairs. 12 pairs. Okay. Good. Based on the number of chromosomes, human cell can be somatic cell or sex cell. Based on the number of chromosomes. Somatic cells are body cells. They are specialized cells. They contain genetic material of the father, genetic material of the mother, and they are called diploids. Why they are called diploids? Why? What's the reason behind that? What's the reason behind that? Diploid. Because somatic cell contain information from the father and information from the mother. That means two, yeah? It contains both information from the father and from the mother. From the father and the mother. Clear? Good. Somatic cells contains 46 chromosomes. 23 from the father, 23 from the mother. Okay? As I said, somatic cells are body cells, they are specialized cells. Examples. Neurons, nerve cells. Neurons means nerve cells. Blood cells, except red blood cells, mature red blood cells. Okay, except mature red blood cells. White blood cells, B cells, T cells. Okay, the phagocyte, lymphocyte. All these are specialized cells, which are called somatic cells. The nerve cells, we have almost 4 types of basic type of nerve cells. Sensory neuron, motor neuron, okay, short relay neurons. All these are what? Somatic cells, which contains 46 chromosomes, which are diploid. They are specialized to perform specific function. The somatic cells are specialized to perform specific function. For instance, the white blood cells of human help us to defend what? disease-causing organisms, pathogens. The muscle cells contract and relax to produce what? Muscle cells contract and relax to produce movement. Okay? The nerve cells carries nerve impulse throughout our body. It carries what? Nerve impulse. Okay? Throughout our body. The motor neurons carries action message from the central nervous system to the peripheral nervous system. The sensory neurons conduct information from the surrounding toward the central nervous system for further processing. Okay? Epithelial cells. Epithelial cells. We have different kinds of epithelial cells. You know this from your grade 9 biology. Okay? Epithelial cells, which are found in the skin, are special, modified for protection. Protection from UV, ultraviolet radiation, protection from pathogens, protection from mechanical injuries. Epithelial cells that are found in the gut, in the digestive system, in the small intestines are specialized to absorb in products of digestion. What about epithelial cells of the alveoli? Epithelial cells which are found in the lung. They are modified for gas exchange. We have different special type of epithelial cells. We have different types. Okay? Good. Now, all these are somatic cells which contain 46 chromosomes. Okay? Now, the second group is sex cells. Okay? The sex cells are haploid, contain 26 chromosomes, are reproductive cells. The sex cells are reproductive cells. They unite to form what? Zygote in sexually reproducing organisms. Organisms which use sexual method of reproduction produce sex cells, which contains half of the chromosomal number of parental cells. Okay. Now, example: egg cell, sperm cell. These are example of sex cells, haploid cells. Why they are called haploid? What? What's the reason behind that? We have discussed about diploid cells. Why they are called haploid? Haploid. No, I mean, why? Yeah, Fikar. Yeah. You say something? Yanet? Good. Haploid cells contains half of the chromosomal number of parental cells. They are reproductive cells. In fact, they are specialized to perform specific functions. That's reproduction. Like that of somatic cells, they are specialized cells to perform specific function. That's what? Reproduction. That's reproduction. Okay? But they contain what? Half of the chromosomal number of parental cells. Half of the chromosomal number of parental cells. Okay? Example, egg cell and sperm cell. Is it clear? You have any question about somatic cell and sex cell? Is there any question? Which is not clear about somatic and sex cell? No. Let me say something about germ cells. Germ cells, like that of somatic cell, Like that of somatic cell, germ cells contain genetic information from the father and genetic information from the mother, but they are unspecialized cells. The germ cells are found in gonads, in sex organs, and germ cells are used to produce what? Sex cells by reduction division known as meiosis. Okay, we discuss this thing next class. By reduction division known as meiosis. And germ cells can be specialized to perform specific functions. Germ cells can be specialized to perform specific function. Specific function. Okay? Do you have any question? Is there any question about somatic cell, sex cell, and germ cell?
No.
Do you have any question? No? Good. Let us introduce you very important concept or biological term known as DNA. What do you know about DNA? What do you know about DNA? What's DNA for you? I know you have some kind of background information about DNA. You know it. What's DNA for you? What's the use of DNA analysis? It has a number of applications. It has a number of applications. Before detailed discussion, let us see some of the application of what? DNA, at least two. Investigation of what? Criminal, yeah? Criminals, victims. And DNA analysis can what? Can identify family members. Anyway, they have a number of applications. Very important. Knowing about DNA is very important. Now, DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. It's the backbone of the chromosome. What do you mean? DNA is the backbone of chromosome. Meaning it's the structural components of what? Chromosomes. Chromosomes are made from what? DNA in a protein code known as histone. Chromosomes are constructed from DNA. They are structural components of chromosomes. Okay? DNA is constructed from nucleotides. Nucleotides. These are biological molecules, genetic materials. DNA consists of, or DNA is made from what? Nucleotide. A single nucleotide is composed of 3 genetic materials. Sugar, phosphate group, and nitrogenous base. One of the nitrogenous base. We have 4 types of nitrogenous base. Okay? But nucleotide consists of sugar, phosphate, nitrogenous base. One of the 4 nitrogenous base. Sugar, phosphate, and one of the nitrogenous base. Okay? DNA is made up of 2 chains of nucleotides. 2 chains of nucleotides. This is twisted structure called double helix molecule. Okay? And the strands of DNA are sugar and phosphate. The strands of DNA consist of what? Sugar and phosphate group. Sugar and phosphate group. And the crossbar. The crossbar are nitrogenous base. The crossbar is made from what? Nitrogenous base. Okay. Now, in DNA, we have nitrogenous base, 4 nitrogenous base, 4. Okay. These nitrogenous base are actually adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. These are the 4 nitrogenous bases. Okay. And a nucleotide, a single nucleotide consists of one of the 4 nitrogenous bases. Now, what do we mean? Indirectly, we have 4 kinds of nucleotides. Okay. And a DNA molecule, which is polymer, is made from these nucleotides. Basically, meaning DNA molecule basically consists of what? 4 different nucleotides. Okay. Otherwise, the sugar and the phosphate group are common in all the 4 kinds of nucleotides. Okay. Then DNA molecule is a polymer of what? 4 basic nucleotides. Okay. I'll revise about DNA next class. If you have any questions, we'll discuss DNA and the gene next class. And cell division. Cell division next class. If you have any questions, which is not clear for you, welcome. You have any questions? Okay. You have any questions? Any questions? Robson?
No.
You have any questions? This one? Is there any question? Which is not clear for you? About
Eh?
chromosomes? Yes.
No.
No? Is it
No.
clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much for your participation. See you next class.